Once a person has a dream, he becomes a hostage of God. You know, the ending of a story is not important, the only thing life guarantees us is death. So we'd better not let the ending take away the luster of the story. This is probably the most famous line in Chandler's The Long Goodbye. It's also the first thing I thought of when I saw a friend's message today. This friend said he was applying for graduate school, but he was applying across disciplines. He studied international trade in his undergraduate, but he wants to apply for the philosophy department. Because he read Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra in his high school, although he didn't understand a thing, he has been crazy about philosophy ever since. During the college entrance examination, due to news and recommendations from friends on the internet, he applied for a major he didn't like. This time, he just wants to choose what he loves. But it's really tough, he wanted to give up countless times. He felt very tired. From 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. every day, as long as he was awake, he was studying. He drank 2 cups of coffee and a bottle of Red Bull every day, but it didn't work very well in the end, and he was still sleepy. Once he went to the toilet to take a shit, and ended up falling asleep against the wall. Another time, he fell asleep leaning against a bookshelf in the library. He felt happy to be able to doze off for 5 minutes. One night he dreamed that his application failed. He cried a lot in his dream. When he woke up, he found that his roommates were all playing. For the first time, he began to waver. Why should he work so hard? Why can't he take it easy? What he was most worried about was that if he failed, wouldn't he become a fool? A joke? I really want to give a simple answer, such as, the world is so big, we can't just be satisfied with being a fool who cares about gains and losses. But, I can really understand his hesitation. I used to be someone who liked to have fun and didn't do anything serious. My motto used to be, don't waste your life on serious matters. My Facebook signature used to be, messing around with life. I used to spend every day eating, drinking, having fun, watching TV, and occasionally doing something serious. My life can be summarized in one sentence: striving is not necessarily successful, but not striving is definitely comfortable. I used to love writing, but I wrote more of the kind of rubbish that was not nutritious. My history of writing is a history of being slapped in the face. Some fans said, I still like the old you, back then, you were so fun, so cool. Yes. Back then, I had no soft spots, no desires, no pain points. A person without desires is invincible. However, this year, too many things happened. I have real pain points. I have more sense of responsibility. More importantly, I have things I want to do. I want to give myself time to do my best and write good stories. When you have something you want to do, you have pain points, you have soft spots. Once a person has a dream, he becomes a hostage of God. Is it to show off by mentioning dreams? A fool with a dream is still a fool. Honestly, I had to muster up the courage to mention my dream. When dreams have been overused, the word just feels sickening. Okay, let's set aside dreams. I just want to say, in the past few years, I got tired of playing. I want to live in a different way. Life is all about experiences, right? Every day, from 9 a.m. to midnight, I have to have meetings and discuss content with the team. I only have 2 hours at noon to write stories every day. If I don't finish, I'll have to sleep less. I can only use my phone to check Instagram when I go to the bathroom. I can only call my mom when I take a taxi. I couldn't stand the toothache, but I didn't have time to go to the clinic for follow-up. Working continuously for more than a month, even if I can take half a day off, I feel like I've earned it, and even feel a sense of guilt. Can I really have fun for half a day? Not having time to go to the bathroom is not a big deal. To be honest, I have become quite skilled at holding my pee. The most important thing I've learned is to respect time. I feel like I'm already working very hard. The other day, I was browsing Reddit and saw some posts about working hard, and I found myself very weak. Some people, in order to apply to college, lived in a basement with no windows or sunlight, just a few square meters, like a prison, with a strange dampness. The quilt was always wet. Even so, they still felt happy when they went to bed at night, at least they could rest for 5 hours. Some people, in order to take the GRE, didn't leave the house for 50 days. They even felt that eating instant noodles was a waste of time, so they ate hot dogs every day, and even their urine smelled like hot dogs. Severely lacking in vitamins, their gums bled constantly. Their shoulders were swollen, their cervical vertebrae were protruding, their lumbar vertebrae were protruding, very painful, they would knock them with a stick to relieve the pain and continue to work. In the past, I used to think that it had nothing to do with me when I saw these things. I was just a bystander. Now I'm on the track. I've just started, and I want to run towards the finish line. The other day, my best friend asked me, "Do you like yourself now?" Yes, am I becoming the person I used to hate? I carefully thought about it, and I found that I do like it. I used to like my old self, and now, I also like my current self. Because they are both very real. Looking back, my favorite days are not the ones that are very comfortable and leisurely, but the days when I did my best to do something well. Doing the most difficult things is when you make the most progress. I asked many people around me, and they also agree with this. When they were in school, they were also confused. They played games and flirted with girls every day, or spent hours every night swiping through every social app on their phones until there were no more updates. At that time, they had no goals, no direction, no sense of value, and felt useless. Even if they did nothing all day, they still felt very tired. Now, they are like me, working hard, feeling very tired, but also feeling very steadfast. I don't want to admit it, but I have to admit it, humans do need positive energy after all. Some say that all human suffering is essentially anger at one's own incompetence. I know that even if I work hard, I may not become very awesome. But if I don't work hard, how do I know where my limits are? I want to take a chance. I keep climbing, not to be seen by the world, but to see the whole world.